Good morning. This update brought to you by poor emissions on the Volvo. It needs a park to regen. But anyways, tonight I wanted to talk about something I've been hearing a lot about, and that's this healthy at any weight movement. I do not believe that it is appropriate that we should shame anyone for their weight. But I also don't believe that it's appropriate that we should also say that you are healthy at any weight. You're not. Medicine proves that. And some of this movement is about, oh, just go ahead and eat what you want to eat, have that next piece of cake, and etc. And you can be happy and healthy at any weight. Well, you're allowed to be happy. You're allowed to be happy with whatever. But you can't take something, the word healthy, and choose your own definition of it. You're not healthy at 400 pounds. You're not healthy at 500 pounds. It's just a reality. It's hard on your joints. You will have metabolic problems, and you are going to die early. It's that simple. Now, can you be overweight, healthy overall in a general fashion with 20, 30 pounds of excessive weight? Certainly. But that's for your doctor to decide. That's not for us as society to decide. That's for your doctor to decide. And it's time you start listening to your doctor. When he says the reason that this is a problem is because of your weight, he's not kidding. The reason you have heartburn is because of your weight. The reason that you have sleep apnea is because of your weight. If your doctor says that, he went to 12 extra years of school and med school. And these aren't guesses. This is knowledge. This is beyond a shadow of a doubt in his scientific opinion. So the only person who can decide if you're healthy or not healthy is your doctor, and you need to go see your doctor. If your doctor says you need to lose weight, then you need to lose weight. But don't you expect me to think that you are healthy unless you can prove to me with a doctor certificate that yes, you are 100% healthy, and then next year you're 100% healthy, and the year after that. We all know that beyond a shadow of a doubt, heavy people are not overall healthy. And that doesn't mean I don't have to love you as a neighbor any less. I have several heavy people in my life. I love them. I am not going to shame anyone for their weight. I have struggled with weight for many years, well, pretty much my whole life. I've never really been a skinny kid, and I've never really been the really fat kid. But I've gone up, I've come down, I've gone up, I've come down. And the reason that I started this channel, and the reason that I'm subjecting myself to all this YouTube, is to help people like me know that there's someone else out there with the same struggles, because it's hard to relate to the skinny physique model, and even if they were, their body's different than most of us will ever accomplish, and that's okay. I'm glad that and I'd love to accomplish that, but reality is most of us won't. Most of us will, if we stay on this, we'll get a nice body, but it's not going to be anything like that. I have a hard time relating to doctors who talk on here. I believe all the information they have, and I am a huge fan of several doctors. For whatever reason, though they're ordinary people just like the rest of us, I still have a hard time relating to them. In my mind, maybe it's because I believe that they have more disposable income, or maybe it's because I believe that they have more knowledge than I do, and therefore they're able to accomplish things better. But no matter what, I'm not exactly relating to them. I'm a huge fan of Dr. Berg and Dr. Berry, and I trust what they say, and I'm a big enough fan of Dr. Berry. He is my primary care physician. And I can relate to him, but not in the same way I could, I wasn't finding anyone out there to relate to. But I also cannot relate to anyone who says it's okay to be obese. It's not. It's not okay to shame someone of obesity. It's not okay to think less of them, but it's not healthy. And this healthy at any weight movement's ridiculous. Just like it's okay for me to say, I'm not going to shame you, but that doesn't mean I have to be sexually attracted to you either. But I'm not sexually attracted to someone who's anorexic and looks like they need to eat about 10 cheeseburgers. All right? They're not healthy, and that's a weight. They're not healthy. They're anorexic, and they have problems too. And when you're obese, you have problems. We all know this, and if you can be shamed, then you're ashamed of your weight. That simple. We went through all of this magazine stuff about saying you have to have healthy models and they can't look anorexic, but then you put plus size models. They're not healthy either, and they're a bad example just as much as the anorexic one's a bad example. And I'm going to say one other thing: healthy at any weight. If your kids are unhealthy, you are to blame. If it is a weight issue, if it's a food issue. Now, I'm not talking about the people who have health problems that cause their weight. That's different. That is completely different, and anyone with half a brain knows that I don't mean those people. I am talking about the people who have a food addiction problem, and look, I'm not saying anything bad about that, but I'm talking about the people who also say it's okay and you're healthy. You're not. And if your kids are unhealthy because of the foods they're eating, that is entirely your fault. You're the parent. You must control that. You need to give them the tools to be healthy, to be happy, to have a better life than you had. And if you don't have those tools, you need to learn them. I spent a lot of time, I didn't have those tools, and I spent a lot of time going through all these different YouTube things and searching Google. See, I have an advantage. I can listen to hours of podcasts while I'm driving down the road. I'm sitting in a hotel. Instead of watching TV, I sit on Google and I read studies. So I can help myself, and through that help you, and that's not to say I'm not an expert. I'm not an MD. You need medical advice, you go see your doctor. If you can afford a fitness person and you have the time, you really need to go do that. But most of us don't. I don't have the time. I didn't have the money, or either I don't have the money, or whatever, the different stages of my life. I had to make this up on my own. So I'm going to share with you what I have done, what's worked, and I'm going to tell you how I failed. I just told you how I failed last week. I ain't gained any weight, but I certainly didn't lose any weight. And I told you how I went through all these different things, and I paid the money for the pills. I did the extra 800 hours of cardio every week, and I failed at all those things. And I found that diet is the number one thing. Food is the number one thing to control your weight. And I've been highly successful with keto, and now moving into carnivore. I do think you could be successful at paleo or low carb, but the point is that you have to pay attention to your body, and you have to make a conscious choice to be healthy, and you need to get it out of your head that you're healthy at an extremely high weight, because you're not. And I hope that helps you get motivated. Go see your doctor. Make sure your numbers are good. Make sure there's not some underlying issue. Don't be afraid of the doctor, but the doctor's going to tell you if you're 400 pounds, you are not healthy. I was not healthy when I was 250. I wasn't healthy when I was 220. I wasn't healthy when I went to see Dr. Barry at 205. But I'm at 175, 174, hopefully less right now. And I'm doing physical fitness, not because it's going to help me lose weight, other than, building muscle will help you lose weight, because I'm going down this path. Patrick recently accused me of being obsessive compulsive about this path, and you know what? I am, because it's probably one of the best things I've been obsessive about, and I've been obsessive about a lot of things in my life. So I hope my message is resonating with those who need it, and I hope that people understand I do not want to shame anyone who's overweight, and I don't even necessarily blame you for being overweight, but I don't want you to ever think the notion that you are healthy when you are overweight, because if you can be shamed, you're not, because you're ashamed of it. If you're afraid to get on the scale, you're not healthy, and that's bad. I'm excited to get on the scale now, and I have so much energy, and things hurt less. And why do you hear that through all these people, through all the people talking about going on keto, going on cardio, doing this? Oh, I feel better, I felt better, and I have so much more energy than I ever had, because we were all heavy. We were all like 250, 300, whatever the weight was. We were all healthy. I mean, overweight, and we're getting healthy, and getting healthy is making us feel better. And if we feel better, it's because we weren't healthy and we weren't in a good state. There was lots of inflammation, and when you eat the wrong things, it does lots of bad things to you. So I'm never going to support this movement. I will call anyone out who fat shames, because that's ridiculous. But I'm also not going to let you be accountable. I'm not going to let you get away with saying, oh, just because I'm obese, you can't notice my obesity. Well, if I'm laying in my life, I'm going to notice your obesity, and we're going to talk. And in a loving, compassionate way, the same way I'm going to talk to an alcoholic, the same way I'm going to talk to a drug addict. Look, food addiction is probably worse than a drug addiction or an alcohol addiction, because when I quit smoking, all I had to do was set the cigarettes down and stay away from them and not buy them and stay away from people who smoke. Well, you got to eat every day. Food addiction is you have to eat every day. And the worst part is you have to walk into places where there's sweets, and you have to go to work where people are stuffing their faces with donuts and they're just sitting right there, and you have an addiction. There's nothing you can do. At least an alcoholic can not go into the bar. They might have to walk by it, but they don't have to go into it and smell the booze they love so much. As you're food addicted, as many of us are who got to the weights that we were, we can avoid it. I have a big thing for milkshakes, and so I shouldn't go places there are milkshakes. I need to not, I don't even look at the ice cream cooler, because if I look at it, I want ice cream. Plain and simple. And the cravings are going away slowly and slowly and slowly. Oh, that's better lighting. I should have started at this angle all along. But we have to help each other move forward. And if anything I can do would help inspire you, if you want to see videos of what I eat, if you want to see videos of my workout routine, if you want to hold me accountable, that's okay. I will do it to help you. In fact, I might do some of that anyway. But I want you to go see your doctor, and I want your doctor to tell you your health. Because I'm not a doctor, I'm not a fitness expert. I'm just a guy who put on some extra weight and is trying to get it off. And I'm hoping that my journey, which is probably more relatable because I don't have time, I don't have the money, I don't have the resources, I can't work out at the gym 6 hours a day, I can't food prep 3 hours a day, as I'm sure most of the people who are having difficulties with this are just like me. I'm hoping I can be a relation to help you along. But you're going to have to find your own path, and there's so many paths to choose from. If you like mine, which is extremely low carb, hey, go with it. But you need to understand your health status and make sure you've addressed all the underlying issues. Safe travels.